Hello and welcome. Today I want to talk about a very important subject, one that I haven't covered in a while, and that is the gut brain. Now, I talked about this in my book, The Scar That Won't Heal, which I wrote back in 2015 now, but has been updated for 2023. And I wanted to give you the importance of why symptoms often appear in the gut first before other symptoms appear. So you may, like me, have had a sensitive gut when you were growing up. Maybe you had digestive difficulties or you had sensitivities to certain foods. Now, why would that be? Is it just that some of us are born with a sensitive gut? Well, not really. Actually, what's going on is that your gut is being sensitized by the information that it's receiving from the environment, whether that's the food that you eat or the thoughts that you think or the emotions that you're not allowing yourself to feel. All right, now that is a shocking piece of information, because you would think maybe how could they affect your gut? Well, think about it. When you're nervous, you get butterflies in your stomach. Maybe you get a gripping feeling in your intestines when you're really angry. The gut actually has more than just a digestive function. It's actually composed of millions of neurons. There are more nerve cells or neurons in your gut than there are, say, in a cat's brain. And it's sometimes called the enteric nervous system for that reason. And so you've got information coming in to the body via the external world, which the gut is your interface with the external world, like your skin, in fact, because it's internalized skin. In the embryo, it forms from the same tissue, which mutates and forms a different structure, but it's like your internal skin. And it has these sensory neurons that will send information to the brain about what's going on in your environment. And as I said, it's not just information coming in the form of food. It's, do you feel safe? Do you feel loved? Do you feel connected to the people around you? Are they supportive of you? Do you feel like you're heard, that you belong? All of these things go into this very important enteric brain and are filtered and sent back up to the part of your brain that deals with your survival and your emotional imprints. So emotions are more than just feelings. They're actually physiological regulators. So, if you feel angry, that slows, that can actually affect your gut, can't it? And kind of, if you're ready to run, you don't want to be wasting energy on digesting. And so your body is going to respond to the threat it perceives you're under. And the gut is the first place that's going to show up in your life. All right. And so if, like me, you grew up with a sensitive gut, I was always being investigated for potential problems with my appendix, because I would often have gripping pain in my intestines, and nothing was ever found. And in fact, my appendix didn't rupture. I didn't have appendicitis. I just had the symptoms of stress in my system, because I'm a highly sensitive person, and I'm guessing if you're here, you may be too. Now, that is actually a neurological trait, as we're discovering, that changes the way that your body interprets information. It makes your brain interpret information in a much more sensitive way. And so threat becomes much more dominant than safety. And so your gut is taking in that impression from your brain. It's a two-way street. Your brain is feeding information to your gut and vice versa. And it's making sense of the world, and it's saying, I'm not safe, I'm not safe. And so this can affect you hugely. It can make you very sensitive to foods. It can cause you to digest poorly. In later life, it can cause things like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, all sorts of chronic inflammatory conditions, because the gut is actually the site of your immune system too, your innate immune system. And that's the first line defense against bugs in your environment. And don't forget, your gut is connected to the outside world by the mouth, and of course, all the way down. And it's composed of cells that line your gut that are very like skin, but they have much more specialized functions. And so they're absorbing information. which is, the kinds of proteins that you're absorbing, the kinds of microbes in your gut, because that's another really important factor, your microbiome. The kinds of microbes that you share the environment with will dictate how you feel, because they're producing chemicals all the time that transmit to your brain and tell you sort of whether you're feeling anxious or whether you're feeling calm. And so this very, very complex system is likely to be disrupted if in your childhood, particularly, you've had experiences that overwhelmed you. And so in my book, The Scar That Won't Heal, which is, I wrote it a while ago now, 2015, but it's been updated recently. I discuss how you can do that and why you need to pay attention to your thoughts and your emotions and actually help yourself to heal. So if that sounds interesting to you, please, I'll put the links in the description below. Have a look. The book is available as an audio book as well as an ebook and normal print, paperback and hardback versions. Take care of you. Look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye for now.